Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron, and I have to go to underground forward base here. I expect a combat encounter here. Let's move on.
Here, the huddled masses are yearning fiercely to escape the conflict. I see torn clothing, hastily gathered belongings, and the same helpless confusion on the faces of the young and the elderly alike. A voice floats above the bustle of bodies, and I see a troop of anti-Samaritans trying to impose order on the chaotic assembly. Sam charges forward to intercept, his righteous engine revving.
Wrong way, folks. Head towards Hepburn Avenue.
Leave these people alone. Can't you see they're just trying to get to safety?
What do you think we're doing, Grandpa? Hey, you! Only one item per person!
You can't stop them from leaving.
Who said anything about stopping them? Who are you, anyway?
We're the Underground, pal, and we're here to make sure these people get to safety. Surprise and confusion strike the man in the face like a sudden nasty odor, and he blanches.
Wait. No, we made a deal! We agreed to your terms!
Sam seems to sense a missing flavor in the situation's cocktail mix of heightened emotions, and lowers his voice gently to address the man.
All right, son. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Who did you speak with? What were these terms you mentioned?
The Samaritan's clearly itchy to escape both this conversation and the island, but his confusion keeps his feet glued in place as he replies.
We surrendered. We just want to find somewhere safe. You, that is, the rebels, they said that we were free to leave.
I'm starting to understand what's happening here. These rebels, were they citizens of Nations Crusade?
Yes, half of them have family or friends among these folks here. Look, we just want to evacuate. If we could...
Oh, this is rich. You're telling me you've given up the fight? Annie the Axe's fiercest crusaders, corralling a herd of grandmothers to safety like gentle little sheep.
The Samaritan, raised to dutifully turn the other cheek, flushes angrily at the insult, but keeps his mouth firmly clamped.
Apollo, they clashed with the locals, and they just want to resettle. Let's let them get to it.
And let these fanatics go free without a word. Without answering for what they've done? I don't think so.
What we've done? What about what you've all done?
Oh, I'm sorry. Remind me. Was it the Underground telling you what to think? What to believe? What to eat? What to read? When to sleep? Where to go? No. That was your Baron sport. And you stood behind her through it all, didn't you?
Sam's right. Besides, we've got our own business to see to.
We do. Where are these folks headed, son?
We're escorting them as far as Port Temperance. Beyond that, I don't know.
Anything we can do to help?
The Samaritan seems surprised at the question, like he hasn't heard anyone ask such a thing in a long time.
No, I think we're all right. Thank you.
Sam extends his iron palm for a handshake. The man grips it, flinching at the touch of cold metal. He smiles weakly.
Good luck to you. Go with God.
Yeah. Kumbaya and amen to you too.
A shame. I'd hoped this was over.
Dufresne, I thought I'd seen the last of you back on Coney Island.
It should have been. But there's a contract out for you, Randazzo. And I am here to collect.
Before I can reply, I see Dufresne's fender dip. He's trying to ram me off the road. Dufresne attempts to ram me, but I'm ready. He overcommits to a dangerous maneuver, and his fender rocks into the Aether surface. A shower of sparks tears off his coupe, along with part of the bumper.
I told you to walk away when you had the chance. It's too late for that now.
Why me? I'm a smuggler, not a baron. Why does the Trust care whether I live or die?
You know their name. That alone is enough. But you've gone and attracted the attention of the wrong people, Randazzo.
This is because of what Mr. Blanc knew. Which I know now, too. Mr. Blanc uncovered more than you knew. That night you crawled back up. They found you with a sack of tongues? Grim. I can see through his window that his face has gone blank. His hands twisting on the steering wheel like they're choking the last light out of a pair of bulging eyes.
You know better than anyone how a single day can become your name. Whether that day was your best or worst.
You know what the Trust is doing with the well. You know what happens if it expands. You okay with that?
The trick to staying alive in this business is to never ask those questions. I do my job. I take the money, and at the end of the night, I sleep sound and wake up breathing. You know my story. There are worse things than grounding. I don't intend on seeing the Underline again. For what it's worth, Gia, I'm sorry your story had to end this way.
Fine. Last dance, Dufresne.
Make your peace, Gia. This is the end of the line.
It's you or me, Dufresne.
I want his sedan.
applesauce. Look what you done to my fenders.
No wriggling your way out of this one.
Cheese and crackers! Not my automobile!
Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Dufresne's repulsors fail, the engine giving out. The world seems still and quiet for a moment as I watch him float toward the edge. Trapped in his car, the steel pulling taut as surely as the noose around his neck. Maybe killing can't fix a thing, but for now, it seems to. His eyes are gray and serene through the windshield, locked on mine. He's just another professional, like me. Seconds left before his inevitable fall, going out the same way we all do eventually. No one else is around to pay the standard respects. I pull a coin from my pocket as his chassis clears the edge and his headlights fall from view. The coin slides over the back of my thumb, then floats over the edge to follow him down. So falls a professional. So dies Tobias Dufresne.
Okay, let's equip. This improved powerhouse engine.
The forward base is a bombed-out husk, black streaks of explosive residue marking a grim tally of the lives that were paid to claim this territory. The echoing pop of gunfire from a few short blocks away reveals how close we are to the front lines. Here, in the throat-tightened quiet and on the face of the sentry guard, the atmosphere is taut as a bowstring.
Mr. Ironhead, Mr. Diamond, sirs, welcome. Go on through.
Thanks, pal.
Are you 8-Shot Rendazzo?
Sometimes.
Wow, I mean, welcome, ma'am. And thank you.
For? The man seems confused by my question, as though my very existence were a blessing. His reply is painfully earnest.
For everything.
As we pass into the sandbagged sanctuary of the base, I see the fresh recruits we coerced on the road. Their shoulders hunch as they're handed fresh clothes, muffled explosions booming in the near distance.
Gia, Apollo and I have matters to discuss. It would be a great help if you'd check on everyone and make sure they have what they need. Thank you.
I'll see if there are any bolts around here I can tighten. Catch you in a bit.
There's a firelight in the eyes of the sentries on guard duty that even exhaustion and horror hasn't doused. They seem proud to be here. I'm starting to understand how they feel. The shattered remains of a church bell lie half buried in rubble. The only ringing to be heard around here is in the ears of shell-shocked frontline fighters. A mother shares what little comfort she can with a frail hug with her son. He catches sight of me and waves me over.
It's you. I can't believe it. It's really you.
Hi.
Honey, this is Gia Randazzo. This is the woman who saved us.
I feel bile rise like an evil tide in my throat, the plain-faced look of awe on the young boy's face.
Wow!
Have we met?
No. I never thought we'd actually get to speak with a hero of the underground. Aren't we lucky, honey?
Whoa, hero? I've been called a lot of things in my life, but that's a new one.
But you are a hero! My mama told me everything you did. You exploded General Eli. You got rid of that scary Dreamland lady. And you're going to make it so I can go to school again, right?
That's right, sweetie. Gia and the underground will make Annie go away too. And then you can go back to school and keep learning.
I like learning. I like to read. Comic books are my favorite. You're like a comic hero.
I smile weakly and keep my trap squeezed shut. What am I gonna do? Tell him the truth? What good has that ever done? You must have had a tough couple days.
It's all right. We're safe now. When our neighbors started fighting Annie's thugs, I thought we were done for.
Yeah, it was really scary. The bodega on the corner went kaboom!
But that's nothing, honestly. I just hate being so scared all the time. Scared of breaking a new rule we haven't been told about yet. Of the rules that might be coming next.
Nobody should have to live like that.
No. But we did live. And that's what counts.
Yep, Gia's my name. This is all pretty new to me too. But you know what?
What?
Sometimes, even I get scared.
You do?
Yep. And you know what I do when that happens?
What?
I keep going anyway. Just like you. The boy beams like a 1,000,000-watt spotlight stroking the cheek of a cotton cloud. His mother's eyes are wet with gratitude as she reaches out her hand for mine.
That was a girl's voice.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Rebel fighters, hands trembling with exhaustion, shuffle like ghosts through a food line. I approach one mid-meal, who's mechanically dipping some visibly stale bread into a bowl of colorless soup. Hey there. Got enough to eat?
Nah, not really. Bucketheads cut off our supply lines. A friggin' mouse wouldn't live long on this slop, and we're lucky to have it.
Damn. Anything I can do?
Why? You the new quartermaster?
No, I'm a smuggler, actually.
Then you must be making a killing. I could buy half a seaham with what you people charge for a tenderloin these days. Give me some space, will you? They're sending us out again soon.
He waves me away, turning back to his pitiful meal. I don't reply. What would I even say? High-pitched wails escape the open flap of the medical tent as a field surgeon and a nurse struggle to keep their thrashing patient's blood from escaping his body. The doctor moves with desperation, while the nurse seems frustrated by what she seems to think are her colleagues' fruitless ministrations.
I can't stop the bleeding. Get the clamp!
This patient's already been triaged. Why are we wasting our time?
Help me, damn it, or we'll lose him.
The nurse folds her arms defiantly, and I notice her glancing suspiciously at a telltale glow in the screaming patient's terrified eyes. Your tourniquet's loose. Something your nurse probably should have pointed out to you already. The doctor looks up at me, surprised, but doesn't waste time. He grabs the leather belt around the Aetherneer's upper leg and cinches it tight. The man's howls of pain ebb into a low, dull moan.
Blood pressure's rising.
I turn to the nurse, my voice gleaming with the same sharp-edged steel as the scalpels on the tray beside her. Stitch him up. She frowns at me, clearly wanting to question my credibility, but unable to argue with the result. She grabs a needle and closes the wound, lacing each stitch with undisguised spite. You've got about 5 seconds to explain yourself.
I don't have time. I have real patients who need my attention.
She shows me her back, moving out from the shadow of the tent. I can't summon anything venomous enough to express how I feel before the flap of her coat disappears from view. I look at the surgeon, whose shrug is as weary as the earth.
Not your fault, hon. She won't operate on Aetherneers.
What? I don't...
You said it. They're getting hit twice as hard as anyone right now. Which means twice the work for me.
What can I do?
You've done plenty. Unless you've got a cure for bigotry under that hat.
He looks at the prostrate body of the Aetherneer on the slab, and I leave before I can figure out an innovative new way to feel more useless. Every time a barony falls, the guns come out. After all, what's civil unrest without a little firepower? Wouldn't hurt to see if any scraps fell off the table. I grab the nearest rebel by his cuff. Excuse me, comrade. Who's the leader of this little band of freedom fighters? We're going after the Baron, and we're going to need all the help we can get.
I recognize you. If you're going after Annie, you're going to need this.
He cracks open the nearest crate and emerges with a polished automatic rifle, beautifully constructed from butt to barrel. It's a real thing of beauty, and I accept it with the care of a museum curator being handed a priceless artifact. Almost a shame it's about to see combat. Sam and Apollo bicker over a table inside a makeshift lean-to, their caustic rhythms as familiar and stressful as fire sirens in the distance.
There's no guarantee of a ceasefire if we keep escalating things.
What would you have us do, old man? Roll over and beg Annie for mercy?
You've overcommitted. A direct assault on Gethsemane is foolhardy, and you know it.
We'll never get another chance, Sam.
You can seek glory on your own time. I won't be party to it.
Oh, selfless Sam. Never even looking for a thank you for his decades of toil and sacrifice. What a crock.
You two blockheads can't even feed your own troops properly. What makes you think you know how to wage a war? Both men have retorts chambered and loaded, but the spark fizzles in the pan as we're interrupted by rapid, stumbling footsteps. Two rebels barge in, breathing hard, their skin painted with dust and blood.
Apollo, sir! We're sustaining heavy fire at Gethsemane. We're dying out there, sir. We need support.
Easy, sport. Easy. You'll have it.
And what's your report, son?
Buckethead's set an island adrift. It's falling. We don't know how many is still on there.
What? We'll send rescue, not to worry.
Apollo pulls Iron Hand aside and hisses low so the scouts won't hear him. I hear him just fine, though.
Sam, you said it yourself. We're overcommitted. We can't do both.
In the shadow of the hateful, bloated well, hearing the urgency in the Gethsemane scout's voice, and Annie's fiery rhetoric in my head. The ways forward seemed to collapse into one unavoidable path. This might be our only shot at Annie. We have to take it.
My thoughts exactly, darling.
But, sir...
Apollo grabs the protesting scout by the shoulders, urgent sincerity straining his voice.
This is our chance, old sport. It will all be worth it in the end. You understand, eh?
We'll do everything we can for the people on the island. You two scouts, let's get you patched up.
I'm coming to Gethsemane. This is one fight I'm not gonna miss.
Right. Dear darling, you're with me. To arms! To Annie!
The camp supply tent is staffed by a woman with black hair and an easy smile. She wipes her brow, the exposed muscles of her arms shining from stacking crates and hauling sandbags. How goes the fight?
Aye. Now, we finally got an ammo restock. We're ready to kick some ass. If you'll pardon the French.
I'll let it slide.
What are you after? We're low on pretty much everything, but we make it work.
What's the situation on the front line?
You know Gethsemane? Where the axe lays her head every night? We're right on her damn doorstep. They say we'll have her in handcuffs by morning.
Really? Hard to believe. Her flock seems pretty devoted.
Devotion only works if you believe in the cause. Plenty of folks have woken up and realized they're on the wrong side of this thing. Her flock's smaller every day.
I'm glad you're so optimistic about our chances.
Don't get me wrong, we're in a tight spot. We're understaffed, underfed, poorly trained, and scared as hell. But you know what keeps us going?
What's that?
The truth. Trust me, waking up and realizing we don't have to listen to her lies anymore. Talk about a shot in the arm.
Help me understand something. We're outnumbered here, but we're pushing them back anyway. What's our secret?
We hit them where it hurts. Their pride. We show them why they should be with us, not against us. It ain't that hard. Not when you can point to that and ask them to tell you with a straight face that everything's gonna be fine.
She jabs a finger in the direction of the swelling gravity blister in the sky, looking for all the world like it's ready to pop. What do you do when you're not changing hearts and minds?
Me? I'm a school teacher. 3rd grade.
I must be gawping like a loon, because she lets out a delighted, musical laugh.
I know. Crazy times, aren't they?
You ever met Apollo Diamond?
Sure. He's a legend around here. He recruited me.
He did? How'd you meet?
Annie and her buckethead showed up at my school. Locked it down, scared the kids half to death. Started listing out all the things we could and couldn't teach anymore. As if she knows best. I went to an underground meeting that same night. And that's where I met Apollo.
Complex tangle of emotions fight for real estate across her youthful face.
He made me finally see what I've been ignoring for years.
What's that?
The only good Baron is a dead Baron.
Let's see what you have for sale.
Aye, what do you need?
Including your own. Damage all vehicles, including your own, in a huge area. So, perhaps no practical use. Before this fight, I'll keep my new scout sniper rifle. Scout rifle, okay. And I can equip better engine now. Like this one. And for my machine gun, so let's fight the bridge first. Barricade.
Towering barricades of broken scrap block the residential roads leading to Gethsemane. As scores of Annie's agitated former flock take to the streets, her loyalist soldiers are trying to stem the tide.
We'll have to bust through those barricades.
Sure, but it'll paint a nice fat target on our backs. Apollo turns and gives me 1,000,000 volts of that incorrigible devil-may-care movie star smile. I chuckle, despite myself.
What else is new, eh? Come on, charge! That got their attention. Let's go!
cannot move this one.
Courage now! Charge!
We're with you, Apollo.
I'll be back with more lightning!
Well done, Gia. Keep pushing.
The outrage of everyday folks is spilling into the streets, consolidating into roving groups of vandals. Egged on by a crowd, someone's grandmother is slashing red paint across a poster of Annie's face.
Could try and give them somewhere useful to point that energy.
You want to make Annie really see red? Come with us to Gethsemane. The pitch of their unified cry shifts into a higher gear as their fists pump the sky. They hop into their cars and make to follow us. A second barricade blocks our path. No way around or over it. Apollo grins as I gun the accelerator. If we make it out of this, you owe me a drink, Hollywood.
We'll drink the city dry, my darling. Just you watch. This is it. The Axis empire ends today.
Die, Apollo!
What a rush!
Apollo, for crying out loud, stay close!
Don't pretend you're not enjoying this!
Civil unrest is starting to boil over into old-fashioned rioting. Friends and neighbors splashing their scalding hot anger over each other's homes and storefronts. An overturned car burns next to a shattered shop window.
Let's point all that passion somewhere more productive, hmm?
We can't control that kind of energy. They're just people. It's too dangerous for everyone.
More fight? Or just dialogues? Let's see.
Annie's last bastion is a phalanx of shattered furniture and trash. Her fanatical loyalists dug in behind it, lashing out at the onrushing swarm of furious rebels and citizens like cornered animals.
Come on, Gia! Let's finish it!
Any shred of hesitation or caution that might have doggedly clung to Apollo's heart is blown instantly away in the rushing wind of impending glory. In this moment, I could no more hold him back than stop the sun from setting. But what kind of friend would I be if I didn't try? Apollo, you have to stay back!
Nonsense, darling. This is what it's all about. To me, everyone! For freedom! For the underground! For New York!
For the briefest moment, Apollo is everything he seems on the silver screen. A heroic silhouette, frescoed in glory, timeless, immortal. But I've seen enough pictures to know how this one will end.
Oh. I thought Apollo can be a final boss, but he's dead now.
The reserves see their death cresting the makeshift hill, and they drop their weapons. Rebels crash against Annie's door like a tide. After an infinity of brief chaotic moments, the axe herself appears, escorted at gunpoint. She juts her chin defiantly, hair unkempt from the struggle. I see the humiliation behind the pride. The little girl behind the Baron. She can't hide anymore. and she knows it. She's marched up to face me. Annie, let's talk.
Yes.
Here's the word. You'll meet us in Central Park. Dr. Reinhardt will use her device with your mission towers. We're fixing the well.
And all this bloodshed?
Done. Over. No more.
Fine. I agree.
She's clad in irons and led away. Rebels tell me I'm needed elsewhere. I'm in a daze, too shell-shocked to argue. Apollo's body is lifted from the flotsam in reverence, silhouetted against the flames of rebellion. I can only turn away, get back in my car, and flee for the sanctuary of Sam Lowe's warm voice. Sometime later, I realize I'm back at the holdout. No idea how or when. I'm snapped out of my daze by Sam's face as it swims into focus in front of me.
Oh, thank goodness.
Sam? Where's Cress?
Hush now. She was helping mop things up after the assault. She's on her way back. I hope you've brought good news from Gethsemane.
Pain hisses between my ears like a busted radiator. I'm too exhausted for platitudes or half-truths. We convinced some folks to join the fight. Not everyone, though.
Every single one counts, Gia. You know that.
Wait a minute. The island. Did you? Cress lifts the tent flap and joins us. The look that passes between us is like a searing bolt cutting through an ink-black cloud. Sam's voice drops to a grave bass note.
Where's Apollo?
Cress steps aside to reveal the gurney behind her, carrying the shrouded form of Apollo Diamond. Sam approaches haltingly, unable to touch his trembling iron hand to the cloth.
Damn it, Apollo. I told you this would happen.
He was a hero, Sam. Not just a pretend one. You should have seen it.
I know it. How could he do any less? I just wish it hadn't taken his life to knock some sense into this old crank. It's not enough to make deals. Sometimes you need more.
Sam scowls with a ferocity I've never seen out of the man before. Like a bear awakened from deep slumber by a threat to their family. Both of his hands, flesh and machinery, flex like claws.
A lot more. All I did was argue with him. I should have listened more. He was right. These people won't bend or bargain. We have to squeeze them hard. I won't lose another friend to their schemes.
You heard what he wanted you to hear. We all did.
Damn right.
We?
The ghost of a smile pokes through Sam's beard. I'm glad to see it. That snarl on his face felt wrong. Yeah, Sam. We.
I think he'd be glad to hear you say that.
I leave Sam to say his silent goodbyes to the shapeless white form on the stretcher. Fist clenched so hard, veins stand out in his forearm. Cress and I walk through the camp as it bustles around us like normal, as if to spite the wound we've been dealt.
You're right, Gia. He'd want us to keep fighting. Hell, he'd come for us himself if we didn't.
We'd better get to Central Park then. Annie will be waiting. She rests a hand on my shoulder, then joins Sam by the gurney. I feel I'm intruding as I watch them take out coins to pay Apollo's last fare. I turn to the horizon instead, blinking back tears. See you in the pictures, Hollywood. Let's see what you have for sale.
We're low on stock, but I'm sure we can spare a few things.
And until now, I had no use for this champagne bottle.
Central Park is all but abandoned. What once was teeming with families, couples, and street vendors is now eerily quiet. Monstrous black clouds roll over the island, tinged with red, like a storm in the depths of hell. This close to the well, there is nothing to take our attention from the hungry vortex swirling just off the island's edge. The cold silence is punctuated by irregular crashes of lightning and thunder. Gardner, Nellie, and the rest of the underground arrive just before Annie is brought out by her own people. Though she is not restrained, the firebrand's flame has now been quenched, her eyes downcast.
Forsaken. We have been forsaken. All is lost.
Nellie is wringing her hands. She looks at me with pleading eyes. I get the message. We need to move while we still have time. Enough gawking, people! We have work to do. Aided by several of the underground, the truck carrying Daisy is guided to its ideal spot. Nellie busies herself ensuring that every connection and weld is sound, with an unusually antsy Gardner looking on.
E2 to D6, A7 to... There. Now the other side. Can you believe it's really happening? I spent ages planning and designing and building, but it never felt so real until now.
Feels like it's been years since we met, huh? A wet behind the ears kid full of crazy talk. Tonight's your big night, Nellie.
Annie, I understand that these circumstances are hard to swallow. I regret them myself. I wish we had been able to make a deal. I lost someone dear to me today. If we had been able to strike a bargain, maybe...
Pretty words of cooperation while I'm a prisoner. Can you honestly say I won't be struck down by your soldiers?
My word is my bond, Annie. I'm here to help save my people, not to demean or destroy yours. Apollo wouldn't either. All he wanted was for people to be free. I can't deny you that right. So, here.
Now, Annie is useless. So, I think we can just get rid of her.
Sam produces a burlap bundle and unties it, revealing Annie's axe. He offers it to her handle first. Annie reaches out and takes hold, offering a curt nod in response. Her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
Very well then. So long as your people act justly, I'll contribute the strength and resources of myself and my people. For now.
What? Why don't we just remove Annie? We don't need her.
Sam.
It's a risk, Giovanna, but it's one Apollo would have taken. This old man can't play it safe forever.
Final checks are complete. Daisy, Alistair, and I are ready to go. Just let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Ah, Sam was too soft here. We had to kill Annie.
Annie, do you think our plan has a little more merit now? Annie turns to face me. She looks at me like I'm something she scraped off the sole of her shoe. After a few uncomfortable seconds, her disgust softens to careful disinterest.
Does it really matter what I think? I pledged my service. Now you want my blessing? Haven't you taken enough from me?
So it's come to this. You're a prisoner of your own people. Maybe you should have sided with us to begin with instead of dealing with whatever comes next. Will your people show you mercy?
I will be taken before whichever betrayers end up in charge to face judgment for, as they will no doubt put it, presuming to know the mind of God. I will not ask for mercy or understanding. What will be, will be.
Bleak.
Realistic. I did what I had to do. Not that they see it that way. Justice is rarely kind.
That barb isn't lost on me. I should watch my step if she finds her way back up to the top. I've wondered for a while, and I may not get the chance to ask later. What's with the axe?
Is this really the time and place?
Frankly, I'd love to think about something else for a few minutes while the machine's being tested. So, let's hear it. Annie raises her axe with one hand. She inspects the edge critically, looking it over for nicks. The handle is smooth and worn. It's been treated with oil and handled over and over again, like an infielder's favorite mitt. When she finally speaks again, her voice is low and husky with memory. Her eyes never leave the axe.
My parents met their end at the bottom of a bottle. When I took charge of Nation's Crusade, I personally led my people to destroy dens of iniquity throughout the barony. Never again, I told myself, would I allow the easy escape of vice to lead families to ruin. Corruption had to be torn and cut, root and branch. Axes are very good for cutting diseased roots.
There's some irony there, Annie.
One might ask if I'm the right person to hold this tool of justice. One way or another, I will be judged, but I won't be the only one.
Goodbye, Annie. She turns her gaze from me as if I were never there. I wanted to know what's on her mind, but all I learned for sure is that I'm not allowed in. I see Sam wandering around, wringing his hands as he looks between his people and the well. I can see that he wants to help, but he doesn't know how. I know how he feels. Sam, how are you?
I've been better. I feel so useless here, but I can't just go home either. Today might be a red letter day for the lowers.
You've always got a plan, or at least the makings of one up your sleeve. If this doesn't pan out, what do we do next?
No plan. Hell, no sleeve. If this doesn't work, I'll do what I always do. Pick up the pieces and we'll try again. Nellie's bound to have something else in mind.
I don't know how I feel about starting over if it comes down to that. We've put so much into this.
I'm no stranger to starting over, Giovanna. Sometimes we start over because a better plan comes along, or because the circumstances demand it. Sometimes we just start over.
Sam leans over and picks a dandelion from a nearby patch of lawn. He blows the seeds to scatter and smiles at me. His eyes are red with fatigue. It's something else.
Sometimes we start over because we lose someone who wanted us to get the job done. Sometimes the choice is taken away from us, and it's our only option.
We ran pretty roughshod over Annie.
She's strong, even in defeat. She feels like things will never be right again. But once she picks up the pieces, she'll be as powerful and dangerous as ever.
Can't believe we're working with her after all this. The two of us stopped to watch Annie. She's pacing back and forth like she's had an entire pot of cabbie-strength coffee. One of her people approaches her, but the glare he gets spins him away.
You find yourself making some strange bedfellows in these circumstances. I can work alongside her because I have to. Forgiving her, that's something different.
I wouldn't ask that of you, Sam. Sam pats my shoulder. He smiles at me, but his eyes are full of clouds. I change the subject. I know you're worried about your people. I can read it all over your mug.
I'm looking at every mistake I ever made. I'm thinking about my fights with Apollo. We can never turn back time, Giovanna. I will live with my choices, like all of us.
He went out the way he wanted to. Top of the world, waving that flag. All eyes on him. Center of attention right to the end.
That he was. That he was. But he was also my friend. That is the Apollo I'll really miss.
Take care, Sam. As Nellie hovers around making adjustments, Gardner supervises from a respectful distance. Every so often he consults a pocket notebook, usually nodding to himself afterward. Gardner?
Miss Randazzo?
How's your protege holding up? Pressure's on.
I wouldn't be concerned. Look at her. She's in her element, creating an impossible solution to an impossible problem.
You must be very proud.
She's grown so much from that young girl I first met in the uppers. I admit, part of me still wishes it hadn't involved dodging bullets and getting mixed up with nefarious types.
I hope we nefarious types haven't rubbed off on her too much. I'm sure she'll be glad to get back to her research once we're done here. Gardner gives a thin smile in response. Maybe I'd better change the subject. That Annie fought like a lion. I wasn't sure we'd be able to get the amplifier, not up until the end.
I'm sure you don't need my insights in dealing with that one. Just look at her.
Gardner and I watch Annie for a few seconds. Her knuckles are white as polished bone as she clutches the handle of her axe.
I'm well past the age of dealing with such unstable factors, but even I could tell you she's been holding the end of the rope for a long time.
I hope she can hold it together a while longer. She could do a lot of damage if she puts her mind to it, even now.
Quite.
What do you think? Are we ready to go?
As soon as Eleanor has finished double and triple checking her readings, yes. When her conscientious nature allows it, I will be ready.
You almost sound confident.
Aether is my life's work. The very moment she proposed her Aether diffusion device, I knew what I had to do.
Best of luck.
Maybe this dialogue will lead us to ending, and I can say endgame level is 20. 20 means 19 talent points, and we need 8 talent points to fully upgrade a line. So with 19 talent points, we can only upgrade 2 lines fully with some extra talent points. And these key items could be just sold to Tiana for money, I just keep this one to check whether these items will be used or not. But now I can say we can sell these key items to Tiana for money. Okay.
Nellie is running back and forth with the frantic energy of a twitchy church mouse. I wait and watch as she makes the same checks over and over, 4, 5, 6 times. Can't question the girl's thoroughness. Hey, kid. How's tricks? Nellie's totally absorbed in her science project. I'll have to pry a little harder if I want any kind of real response from her right now. How's it looking, Nellie? Is your thingamajig ready for its big moment?
Oh, Gia, yes, I think so. I'm just performing a few final checks.
You've checked several times already. I've watched. Is another look really necessary?
I don't know. Maybe? But you know what they say, better over-prepared than under. And this time, we really can't afford to be anything less than ready.
What if it doesn't work?
If this doesn't work out as planned, I believe we're in a fine position to gather data for a second attempt that will. The machinery here includes recording devices for measuring frequency modulation, amperage, the works. There may even be a device measuring the nervousness of Italian-blooded smugglers.
Nellie, did you just make a joke?
Forgive me, Gia. I'm as nervous as, oh, I don't know. It's uncharted territory, to be sure. But Alistair and I have been over every inch of Daisy. It has to work. It just has to.
You look a little peaked. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm scared, but this is so exhilarating. It's the culmination of everything we've been working for. It's the end of a long road of betrayal, death, and pain. I'm ready. I hope you are too.
Good answer. Let's light this firecracker and put this whole thing to bed.